Good morning, everyone. I'm Rob Wilkins here with the REDCON1 Foundation, president of the REDCON1 Foundation, with my friends Alberto and Jesse, both veterans of the United States Army, have given a lot for our country with their service and their sacrifice. Jesse, how about you first? How about you tell us a little bit about your service, what you've done, and then we'll go over to Alberto.
Okay, I joined the service in August of 2000 as an admin. I did 6 years at admin, and then I changed jobs to logistics, and I did 7 years as logistics. I did overseas tour. I did 24 months in Korea. I did 20 months in Germany. I did 1 in Iraq and 1 in Bahrain. Been around for Stewart, for Hood, for Bliss, pretty much all the way around.
That's a spectacular record. You did a lot in a short amount of time, and we really, really appreciate and thank you for your service. Alberto, how about you tell us a little bit about what you've done?
Thank you for having us, sir.
Our pleasure.
I started my service just before the war in Iraq started. I volunteered because I saw the need of the country. So I started my service in 2002. First deployment, first duty station was Fort Stewart, Georgia. That's where I did my first deployment for Operation Endurance and Freedom, just before the war started.
Alberto is Rod. I know him as Rod because his last name Rodriguez, and when we served together in the Army, everyone called him Rod. He was one of the first people that I met when I came to Fort Stewart, Georgia. And I remember thinking, boy, this is one intense dude, because he was incredibly fit. He was also incredibly sharp. He knew his stuff. He had a great uniform. He looked like the type of soldier that I would like to be. You know, incredibly physically fit, very nice, and just a super clean uniform. And he knew his way around, and he was also very kind.
And right there, we started the preparation for the liberation of Iraq, of OIF-1. That's my first deployment. Then we came back, we went back again to OIF-3. We came back, reset. I went back again to OIF-5. And then after that, I went to the NCO Academy, where I served a year and a half as an instructor. And with my I gained my promotional status by then. I was already about like 9 years in service with those 4 deployments, and volunteered to do the close down in Iraq. There was Operation Endurance and Freedom. So I moved to Fort Hood, Texas, to go deploy with that unit and do that. And came back a little bit injured, and I met board on 2014. But I love my job. I love what I did. I was a scout for all my career. It was very
right.
Nice.
So you had 5 deployments to Iraq.
Yes, sir.
And so with those deployments, I'm sure you've met some of the most amazing people that you would have ever come across in your life who also serve our great nation. But those deployments came with a little bit of sacrifice, or a lot of sacrifice on your behalf. So can you explain and share with us some of the injuries you occurred while doing your service?
Well, some of the first injuries, concussions that I have, it was, we started the movement for the liberation in Iraq in 2003, the first push. And that was a gunfight for over 2 weeks straight. I deployed with 37 Cavalry, the first unit leading the way to Iraq. I was with the same unit the next 2 deployments. My next deployment after that, I got hit with an ID close to my truck, and shook my truck and hit my truck, blew some tires, didn't penetrate it, but left me with some injuries on my hip and my back.
Alberto's life has forever changed, both mentally and physically, because he volunteered to serve his country. and he volunteered to do that, even knowing that he probably would get hurt. He did. And as a duty to him and anyone else that served, it's our responsibility to ensure that we take care of him.
I still push myself to the next deployment. That other deployment, I got hit 3 times with my truck. A bunch of tires got blown up during the course of those attacks, but thank God we didn't lose any life or limbs, and none of my crew were injured physically, except a little bit more trauma on your behavioral health side, and remembering that attack, and physical decay, and continue through the years of mortar attacks. We getting constant mortar attack when I deployed in 2007 as well, and the last deployment that I did in 2011, we got a lot of incoming on the base, but nothing harder as with the one that I deployed on the first push, or the first encounter with the ID in 2005, or the other 3 in 2007.
And I remember every time I interacted with Rod, he was that stable person. He was calm, he was considerate, he was someone that you could go to with your problems, and you knew that he would listen.
Right. But I asked you a question recently when we were speaking. You have PTSD, you have TBI, you have a bad neck, bad knees, sleep apnea. And I said, with all that you already know, would you do it again? And what was your answer?
I'll do it again in a heartbeat. It's something that I believe in, something that I enjoy, helping other people. It's not about people think that because you're in the Army, you're just looking for trouble, and what we're doing is preventing trouble. We're preventing people from getting hurt. Make sure we are forward looking for a safe route. Make sure everybody's safe. They go through whatever the mission they have attached. We're the ones, eyes and ears up front, to make sure that they're safe and sound, and everybody come back home in one piece. So I will do it again, that I enjoy, and that it wasn't obligated. It was something that I did it because I loved it. And my dad served in the Army. He only did 4 years as a supply NCO, and he was one of my inspirations to join.
Mm-hmm.
I always considered him a friend and a mentor. I strive to do well on PT just so I could try and beat him one day. He was, and probably still is, one of those few people that brings out the best in others around him.
But for you and Jesse, it's like, and your dad, it's a family business almost, protecting our great nation. You've given so much for our country, and you do it without complaining. You have so many things that are obstacles, but you're overcoming them. You're working hard, you're not complaining. And when we found out your story, we wanted to talk to you and also maybe share with our audience, who possibly many of them have not served or do not serve, what military people go through. While your story is unique, it is not unique in the military community. Many men and women have gone through similar things and are going through, in some cases, even worse things. So we just want to highlight and share these stories with Americans to let you know that those who serve our great nation are doing amazing things. They are the real life superheroes who should be recognized and appreciated for all their service. With all that in mind, I also wanted to let people know how decorated, Alberto is. He's not just sitting there, a humble guy who hasn't taken charge. He's a combat vet. He has 2 Bronze Stars, Presidential Unit Citation, 3 Army Commendations, 6 Iraq campaign medals, 4 good conduct medals, a combat action badge. And that's just some of the things he's done. He's done so much more, but again, being a humble person who wants to serve, he's not sharing everything else. So on behalf of the REDCON1 Foundation and the president of the REDCON1 company, Aaron Singerman, we just wanted to say thank you for your service. We appreciate all you do for all of us. And Alberto, you probably don't know, but Jesse and I have been talking a little bit, and she's kind of given me some insights to some ways that we might be able to help you. So we've come up with a plan, and one of the ways was, we know that you really want to exercise and you want to keep fit, but it's hard to get out. So we have a friend, Steve from Super Fitness, who is going to help us put together a some fitness equipment for you. So we're going to donate about $750 for you to get some weights, a bench, and we're going to ship it to you. We're going to get that all taken care of for you, so you will no longer have to go out to exercise. We'll make sure that your home is equipped to get your body back in shape, or as much as possible. So that's one thing. Another thing that Jesse said was, I hope one day he can have a normal day and enjoy things like a simple meal. So with that in mind, we want to give you guys about $250 to go out and have a great dinner, to take care of yourselves, to get away from the stress, and just enjoy each other. You've gone through a lot. Jesse has been an amazing caregiver, an amazing partner, so we want you guys to go out and have a great time with that. And lastly, you have some debts that have to do with some of your children, and we want to take care of that. So again, on behalf of the REDCON1 Foundation, our board of advisors, REDCON1 company, Aaron Singerman, we would like to donate $8,000 to you so that you can take care of some of the issues that you have with your family. And that'll be a total donation of about $9,000. And our hats are off to you. We salute you. We thank you. And also, one more thing. We want to send you a bunch of protein powder and vitamins and other things to help you get your health back together, because you've done a lot for us, so now it's our turn to do something for you. So
Thank you.
That will be all in the mail. An advisor from the REDCON1 Foundation, our attorney, Jay, he'll contact you so that we can work out the way to make sure all these things take place in the most efficient way. But it's our honor to do this. We would like to thank all of our donors and sponsors and supporters for providing this opportunity for us to give to this amazing American family, the Rodriguez family, who are now members of our family. This is not the beginning or the end of a relationship. This is the start of a relationship. And as I said to both of you before, I know that you're going to give a handout to other veterans and other people. So we just know this is we're planting the flag for something that you're going to grow into something bigger. So we do appreciate all you do. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I take my hat off to all the sponsors and everybody that's looking at this video. They want to know a little bit more about what the military person go through, and it really, we sacrifice, but we enjoy what we do. We do it with pride, and even though we may have some issues coming out of this service, we enjoy what we do, and we do it again in a heartbeat. It's part of life. It's part of the job. You may encounter some injuries, but we're very grateful for all the sponsors. They understand. They stand behind our soldiers. They stand behind our mission. They support us when we come back. They don't forget the military members and the heroes. Not only military, but everybody that actually
Sacrifice their lives every day for others.
I can't think of any better quality in a husband or a father than someone who values the personal growth of those that are junior or younger to them, and someone who is always willing to set the example of the ideals that they want those others to reach to. I can only imagine Rod being probably one of those husbands and fathers you would see on a TV show, because as a soldier, he just emulated all of those great qualities that most people look up to. And I couldn't think of anyone better to invest in. He's definitely deserving.
And again, don't even talk about yourselves. You're in that group. You're a part of that American tradition of people who stand up for our country. So thank you. We'll be in touch. Jesse, your smile is great. You should have Colgate come in and give you a sponsorship or something like that. But thank you again. We'll be in touch soon. Take care of yourselves, both of you. And we can't wait to see how those muscles look in a few months after a consistent workout and some great protein powder. Thank you, guys. We'll be in touch. All right. Bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you.